Yo, what's up guys, it's Ink here. This video is all about zoning. Wanted to make a video to kind of help people that want to work on their spacing and zoning type of game. And just kind of help others who don't really understand what it is kind of figure it out. So I'll start real simple. The main thing you want to realize is there's a difference between zoning and spamming. Spamming is just doing something like this. Don't get me wrong, that can also be zoning, but spamming is just doing this with no strategy. You don't care what they're going to do, they're just going to keep throwing skulls at them over and over again. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. If that's winning, then, you know, all the power to you, keep doing it. But against high-level play, it's a bad strategy, because a lot of people can get in, and then if you don't know how to do anything other than just do this, then you're going to be kind of screwed. So zoning is using all of a character's tools to kind of keep the space control and keep the opponent where you want them. In Quan Chi's case, you know, he wants to keep them full screen. So, you know, it's knowing things like if they block a skull, here I'll set them to block. If they block a skull, then the rune is guaranteed after the skull. And then you can either do another rune, or you can just call the bat to get your bat back. And then you kind of combine all your projectiles in a way to keep them full screen and minimize the opportunities for them to come in. Sometimes I like to do the low bat and then the skull just to stop them from running. If I think they're going to jump, like if I do a skull and I think they're going to jump over it, I'll send the bat spark over top of them. I'll show you exactly how that works here. So let's say I do a skull, and I jump over it, and then yeah, I get hit by that. I try to teleport it, I'm gonna get hit by that, and then sends it back full screen. So that's zoning. So that's I'm using that move to keep my opponent where I want to keep them. Yeah, options, block mode off. So another part of zoning is not only using projectiles and stuff, but using your normals and knowing about what kind of range they have. So if someone kind of gets in on you, then you know you can use, for example, back one to kind of catch them at a safe range. I dropped the combo, but you know, you use your combo to put them back where you want them. Continue your zoning, you know, or you could use back to not probably the most advisable combo, but it puts them back full screen, and it's using your tools to keep them where you want them. You know, he also got his down 3, so if someone runs at him, he can kind of catch him coming in. I'll see if I can. Gonna be hard, but I'll try to see if I can. So yeah, you can interrupt them coming in. It's a little bit more footsies right there than actual zoning, but you know, could be part of it. If they're not in a range that you feel comfortable with, it's not always, you know, having kind of using projectiles. It's also spacing and stuff like that. Just remember that it's usually always just controlling space, keeping them where your character wants to be. So that's kind of Quan's options. If I was Tanya, for example, so she's got this one. This is really good. You know, and it's kind of going to force people. It is a high, so people can just neutral duck it, and it'll whiff. So people are going to know that and kind of start dashing in, and that's when you kind of want to use this move to kind of catch them. She doesn't really need to be full screen. There's some matchups where she can be, but you know, so she would be more of like a straightforward type of zoning character. You know, the thing with her is like if she sees that she's coming in and she's kind of getting her back to the corner, she can use like the EX version of this to get out, or she can use the drill. So that's kind of a good idea for her. Keep it out. I'll see if I can pick a different character here. Another one that I know, of course, is Liu Kang. Now he's got interesting zoning as well, because he can do like the low fireball, the medium fireball, and then the air fireball. And that's kind of his. There's a lot of matchups where he will want to zone. And with him, it's a little bit different because, you know, he's got just the regular fireballs, at least in Flame Fist, what I play. But you only do 7%. But if he gets this thing out, 10.5%, 10.5%. Can't quite do the instant ones, I'm not that good, but so his zoning is going to kind of rely a little bit on finding a safe place to get the little Flame Fist out, because if he's zoning against somebody, a lot of the times the projectiles are actually pretty good, and in this variation his projectiles are a little bit slow, so you might be trading. So if he has this out, he will win every trade and kind of force his opponent to kind of come to him. And by doing a lot of the low fireballs, you stop runs and stuff, and then people are going to start jumping. So then you hit them with the air fireball. And then you can kind of go back to regular zoning again, because it kind of hits them back. And then if they get down to like chip life, you can just whatcha, flying kick. And flying kick, of course, pushes them away as well. Back to zoning distance. It is unsafe on block, but so those are just kind of like a couple strategies with the characters that I know. I just kind of wanted to explain the difference between, you know, zoning and just spamming. Hopefully this video wasn't too confusing or wasn't too basic. I tried to, you know, show you a little bit about the strategies that I use for zoning, just so you can kind of understand how it works and how to, you know, create a zoning strategy with your character that you might use. So let me know if you know, this helped you at all. A little short little video, but happy zoning, guys. We'll see you in the